On this video, we're going to show you how to create and manage recurring transactions. First, let's log in and get to the merchant login page. Go ahead and fill out your information. The first thing you need is an approved transaction in the system. So we're going to do this by running a transaction. Go to VPOS at the top. Take that. Then move to the left and take Charge. Up comes the Direct Marketing Charge page. Go ahead and fill out your details. And just for reference, I put in the amount of $6.95. Once done, hit Submit. And as you can see right here, the transaction has been approved. This first credit card transaction to start the recurring billing is now in the system. Now we're going to set this transaction up for recurring. Back up to the top and take Stats. Over to the left and take View Raw Logs. The View Raw Logs page comes up. And then over to the left again and take Raw Logs by Date Range. Now this information comes up. This is the transaction that was just run. It's now in the system, so simply hit Submit. Now it pulls up all the transactions for the day. And as you can see at the bottom here, we have that sale for $6.95. Once you find that, click on it. Up comes this page, so now we just go down a little bit and take Create New Recurring. Now we have the page Recurring Update. These are the parameters for the recurring. So we start on the left side and you can see it's set to Active. Down here once again is that amount for $6.95, and you can see it's the rebill amount as well. If for some reason your rebill amount must change, you can change that right here. Let's move to the right and go to Rebill Cycle. This box allows you to make changes on the recurring time. Most people use monthly. If you want someone's credit card hit once a month, you would leave this on 0. That stands for monthly. And you also have a choice of quarterly billing as well. The day you want the credit card to have the transaction take place is called the rebill day. So why don't we go ahead and pick the first day of each month. First day of each month would be 01. Then pick the day, month, and year you want the recurring billing to start. Now down to the number of payments. 0 would be infinite until you deactivate it. Let's say you're doing a 1-800 commercial and say something like, well, just 3 easy payments and the product is yours. Then over here you would put the number 3. But 0 means each month we will make a transaction on that credit card automatically until you disable it. And once you have all the information you need, take Update Information. Up here at the top shows it has been successfully updated. Then as time goes on, maybe later on you need to edit it, or look something up, make changes, etc. Go up to Stats and click on that. Over to the left and choose View Recurring. On the left side you have all the reports that you can pull up. In View Recurring, you can see whose cards are going to be expiring soon in the List Expired Cards. In the recurring setup, you can change various options. How many days before the next retry? How many days do you want until it deactivates? And if you want to email the summary, you can do that right here. Then just hit Submit. Back to the left, let's take Search Recurring Customers. Over here, you can see things like all your active recurrings. If you want to see inactive recurrings, you click here. Now, if you want to find the transaction we just entered, you move down here and put the first name of the person in for the transaction. Then hit Submit, and it pulls up the transaction, and you can see the amount of $6.95. Then what you do is click on it, and it brings up this menu. And here's where you can manage it or make changes. For example, the customer wants to deactivate the recurring, so you go to this top box, pick the drop-down, and choose Inactive. It will not run anymore. Any information that needs to be changed, this is the page to do it. Once you make the changes you like, take Update Information. And as you can see, it has been successfully updated. If the client changes the card number, you have to deactivate recurring and start from scratch. If the expiration date needs to be changed or the amount, you do that right here. Just make sure that you hit Update every time you update something. Anything that needs to be updated must take place 2 days prior to the actual transaction. If you scroll down, you can see all the transactions for this card. If you want to see just recurring, you can choose that option too. I want to see what actually was run yesterday, today, keep track of my numbers. So you come in here and pick your date range, and then hit Submit. Down here in this blue box, you'll see the summary, approved, count, and total. It will also tell you if anything has been declined. Now back up to the left and let's take Show Recurring Schedule. This will show you an overview of the schedule you have. So if you have something set to monthly, it'll show you all that you have by the day of the month. And that's how to create and manage recurring transactions.